President has declared ghost protocol.
Thanks, guys.
We're back.
We're Mission Impossible month continuing on Nice Guys Filmcast this week with the fourth installment, Mission Impossible, Mission:impossible - Ghost Protocol. Before we tune into it, I'm thirsty. Jack,
What do we got this week?
I have the drink this week.
And we're on film for the first time.
We are.
Yes.
Me and
saw
Billy
me.
were not
how
here
this works
last
out.
week.
So no one's
Yeah.
mission out.
How was the drink last week?
it was core water.
Core water.
Water.
Stay
They're right
hydrated.
over there. Actually, we still have some.
We ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm beating around the
Wait, Jack, you texted me and told me I'm gonna like this.
Well, this is a different one now.
Oh.
Does that mean-
But I haven't
Does that
tried
mean
this
it's
kind
piss?
exactly. I do like this drink though. I got some Shirley Temples. Shirley Temples, everyone.
Look at that.
Temple.
Take one down,
I
pass it
can't
around.
tell you.
They're freezing.
Oh, they're
I've had
cold.
one in the last 10 years.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Take one down, pass it around.
Yeah, there you go.
Shirley, it's Saranac, 1888 Shirley Temple.
I don't know if these are twist off.
Yeah, they
Oh,
are.
they are.
I just got it.
All right.
Cheers.
Smells good.
Cheers.
Cheers,
This was
everybody.
like my drink of choice back in the day.
No, he says.
I don't know if I haven't had Shirley Temple in my adult life. So I don't remember what they taste like.
1888.
That's a good Shirley.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
I didn't even drink it yet. I know it's good.
It's aggressive.
What an audible sound that was.
That's good.
We're on
Shirley
video
Temple.
now, so they saw me.
That's really good. It tastes like a melted
good.
red popsicle.
It's
Or
that's really good.
one of those.
Like the red, white, and blue ones.
Yeah, like the Freedom
The
bitches.
Freedom
No.
Pops.
This one I had
the
to.
push-up ones.
Oh, the push pops.
That's good.
Dude, that.
You know.
Yeah, no, I know
mean,
those.
I'm not really a cherry
Push
guy.
pops are orange.
No, I'm talking about the freezy pops, but like they're not like they're like the in the plastic. Yeah,
Popsicle?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
yeah.
but it's not like on a stick. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could buy them in like 130
Yeah,
pack.
yeah.
Yeah, they're just
Like a freezy?
The
A
freezy.
freezy,
A
yes,
freezy.
yes.
A-
That's what
a
it is.
freezy.
Yes.
Do
A
we-
freezy. Yeah.
Do we know why Shirley Temple is named after Shirley Temple?
Wait.
I don't know.
I don't know if we'll get any information.
With the
There's
2025
red
equivalent.
40 though.
Fuck you, RFK.
Let's go. Red 40 and
Red
I was
40.
red 40.
And I had a red donut today.
Oh,
Dude, this is
nice.
gonna become like a valuable commodity. They're gonna be like passing around
Okay.
in jail.
A little Google research says
The blue one.
the most common story suggests that a bartender at Chasen's restaurant in Hollywood created the drink for Shirley Temple because she couldn't have alcohol.
Oh,
They named
that's
it
very
after her.
good.
Do we think that like the equivalent today of Shirley Temple being such a cultural touchstone, like would that be like if there was a drink today called the Rizzler?
Ooh, there should be.
Yeah.
Just like famous children.
There probably is somewhere in the world.
Yeah,
Those probably dark times to be a child star. But hey, you get a Saranac beverage.
This is
That-
good.
Well, you know what else is
drink.
good? Ethan Hunt and
Mhm.
all the levels he's willing to go to for American security.
Yes.
He did not bomb the Kremlin. Okay, he did not.
It wasn't him.
That wasn't him. Framed. IMF was disavowed.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Protocol. I was gonna text you guys this prompt, but I forgot to. But I'm still gonna throw it on you. Is this on the Mount Rushmore of? Let's just talk it out. Fourth installments in a franchise. They're rarely this good.
For this one being, yeah.
I
for
think
it being
of
this good,
this
The
John Wick 4,
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road, but even that's kind of like a
Yeah, it's
not-
it's
like
not,
a-
yeah, it's its
yeah.
own.
So it's Ghost Protocol, JW4. What else is even
Rocky
close?
4.
Rocky
Yeah.
4, obviously. How could I
Yeah.
forget? Other than that,
So
For
far,
like
they are
even
very
that-
rarely
even
at the
that,
level of
like-
Ghost Protocol.
I guess like Rocky 4 is not thought of as a better movie though.
Than Rocky.
Yeah.
No,
it's-
it just kicks ass.
Yeah,
So
but
far-
this is like
Rocky won Best Picture.
these movies have not failed to amaze me.
No.
They've all.
Oh
been
yeah, I forgot.
great.
You had not seen this one.
I haven't seen any of them besides,
Right.
obviously up to 4, but like, no, they've
first
all
time.
been
Did you
amazing.
notice like the
ship.
upscale and everything
The
is from
stunts,
1, 2,
this
and 3
is-
to this? Like,
Yes.
it's insanity.
Yeah,
This
it
is
looks good too. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, this is where we really start. The boys really become men. This is where it starts being like the premier action adventure franchise of
Mhm.
the 21st century.
I know he is older, but Tom Cruise, you can tell he's starting to age.
yeah. I could. I
The
noticed
Lawnmower
How
that.
old in
Shack, though.
2011?
in 2011.
Yeah, I guess.
I noticed that right.
Like when he
off the
took
bat.
his shirt
he
off,
did
I
look a
was
little
like-
different.
The long hair's back.
It is bad.
It is bad.
He's looking good.
I like Tom Cruise with
It's a good look.
long
Me too.
hair.
I like the long hair.
So what else was gonna fill out that Mount Rushmore of fours? What's the fourth slot? We got Rocky 4, Ghost Protocol. Are you guys with me on John Wick 4?
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'll go with
There's
yeah.
Spy Kids 4.
Is that all the time in the world?
That's all the time in the world.
Not Halloween 4.
No.
No.
I wouldn't say Toy Story 4. It was
No.
okay. Shrek Forever After. Eh.
No.
Huh. What else is there? Scream 4 is okay.
Yeah, not
But
the
it's
best
not-
though.
Yeah,
Avengers Endgame.
yeah. I mean,
I
that's
mean,
great.
a
That's a
big
good movie.
moment.
Yeah, it's-
What else
it's a
is
good
there
movie.
for fourth movies? I mean, Ghost Protocol I think is my favorite. I take it. John Wick 4 is insane, but
Pat, was it you that was telling me that Saw 4 sucked? Or was it another Saw?
Saw.
Or was it Saw 3?
I
One
said
through
Saw
three.
3.
Dave
no,
said
that's
Saw
me.
3
Saw 3's the worst.
Oh, Saw 3 sucked.
Oh, three is pretty good.
Three's bad.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
It's a great
I'm
It's
not
a good
really a Harry
movie,
Potter
yeah.
person.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Bad Boys Ride or Die was okay.
There's not.
Uh,
There's not a lot.
This one's gonna be divisive, but I'm just throwing it out there. Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal
I
Skull
was thinking of
is a
Indiana
fourth
Jones,
movie.
Yeah.
Better than Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny's garbage.
Never seen
Does
it.
anybody?
Yeah, I've
Does
seen
anybody
it.
like it?
No.
Okay.
It's
I
not.
didn't
Yeah.
hate it, but it
It's
made me a
whatever.
little upset.
Yeah,
didn't
it's
see it.
just like why'd you do this?
Poor Harrison Ford.
In that same respect, though, like, it's still not as good as Raiders.
No. It's Raiders, Temple, Crusade are an untouchable 3 for me. Kingdom is possibly a little overhated at this point, but it's not great. The alien stuff's
A little weird.
not like you were cooking in the beginning, Steve. I like the 50s setting, Cold War and all that shit. But and the thing about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I know this is a Ghost Protocol pod, it looks way too clean and digital. The first 3 indie movies have a real grimy, dirty
Yeah.
look to them. Like Indy's getting his ass kicked,
Mhm.
and he's kind of beaten up. And Kingdom of the Crystal Skull has a very clean digital look.
Just talking about
Wasn't bad.
looks of movies. To bring it back to number Mission Impossible 3, me and Jack were talking
Yeah.
about this a little bit. I didn't like how number 3 looked.
I
I didn't
agree.
really say this. I was
We
there.
talked about it.
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
discussed.
I didn't.
Yeah,
the
it
look
was.
of 3, there was just
I
something
know what
off
you mean,
about
but
it. There's some
that-
filter on
That
it.
doesn't bother me, but I know what you mean.
It was
I
like
think
Texas
it's
Chainsaw
just
at the beginning.
You guys always say it's a filter. I think it might just be the way these movies are lit, like in that era. I think it might just be
I
the
think
lighting.
it is the lighting.
Yeah,
I
don't think
it's a
they're dropping
filter.
iMovie.
Shadowy in a way. Yeah, there's
No,
like
it's the
shadows.
lighting. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like really bright.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't like
yeah,
the look
yeah.
of it either. It felt like sweaty and weird.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's something
just like
off about it.
just like Chainsaw at the beginning. Same
Yeah.
thing. Weird filter over you. I immediately
Yeah.
noticed it too. I was like, oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
this.
So for fourth movies, I'm just gonna leave the fourth spot open to. I'll put Fury Road on just because I think it's the best one.
Yeah,
Even
Fury
though-
Road.
That's for me. That's for me.
Yeah,
You're
it's not a lot.
yeah,
for
everyone's
sure. And I don't think there's. I think this might be the only one that like jumps in scale so much compared to the like.
John Wick 4 compared to like 1, but I guess it compared to 3, not really.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one succeeds every
Every
prior movie.
by so
that is
much.
Yeah, and if you look at this in like Mission Impossible 1, we talked about in the Mission Impossible 96 pod, we were talking about how like that one's really like it's like a quiet
Yes.
paranoia thriller.
Yeah,
And this one is
Just
Ethan is on the world's
balls
tallest
to the
building.
wall.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
insane.
Ghost Protocol came out. So this is the last movie in the franchise to have a different director because Christopher McQuarrie, the GOAT, is going to step in next time. We got Brad Bird.
Mhm.
Is honestly, I'm thinking about it, probably the earliest in my life I've realized I had a favorite filmmaker. Like as a kid, because he had some phenomenal animation work that I loved growing up. He did The Incredibles,
Mhm.
did Ratatouille. He worked a lot on The Simpsons. He did The Iron Giant.
Hmm.
This is his first live action film. How they got him, I don't really know. I don't know how they got Brad Bird, but I'm pretty glad they did.
Yeah.
His live action career was a little weird after he did Tomorrowland with George Clooney. Did anyone ever see that movie?
No.
I don't think so.
I saw it in the theater, and I haven't seen it since that was like 10 years ago, and that didn't really do well. And then he did Incredibles 2, so he's kind of back in animation. But I think he did a phenomenal job with this.
I thought it looked great.
I could tell in a lot of his action directing that like it reminded me of The Incredibles. The way like shit gets moved around and characters are moving up, like at the end in the cars
Yeah.
and everything, especially when it's paired with his longtime composer Michael Giacchino. Got that like jazzy score.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Incredibles like, I would say. 2011. It's released, or it stars Tom Cruise, obviously. Jeremy Renner's in this one. Paula Patton, Simon Pegg. So here's the thing about Renner. They brought him in for this one because they were like, they kind of had the feeling of like, if Tom ever decides like he's too old to do these, they were thinking about having him like as his replacement.
Interesting.
Okay.
It didn't happen.
No.
Spoiler.
No.
It didn't work.
I can't see Jeremy Renner being the
Me either.
lead in an action movie.
I can't see it
No.
either. No.
I mean, I haven't seen the one Jason Bourne movie with him,
Born Legacy.
so I don't know how.
His best
He
work
does.
is probably as Gem in The Town. Only cares about Coke and Xbox. That's a great. That's a
Coke and
fucking
Xbox.
great performance.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I like him. He's in Rogue Nation too. I like him in these movies, but like, it's just it's an odd, as if Tom was ever gonna step away from this.
Right.
Is he like done now after his like big accident?
Jeremy Renner? No, I think he's.
They just asked him to do Hawkeye, and he turned it down because they were going to give him
Is he
half
still-
the money.
He had that Taylor Sheridan show, Mayor of Kingstown. He might still be cranking that out. He probably did take some time off because he like almost died or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2011, we've done this for every single Mission Impossible so far. We want to add some like context as to where we were as a culture.
I was
In the year.
9 years old, turning 10 that year.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first Obama run.
Yep.
There were probably like iPod touches all around.
Yeah.
2011, that's the year I started watching wrestling.
2011.
Who's champ? John Cena,
It was
probably.
The Miz.
Over limit.
Yeah, Over the Limit 2011. Any like major world events in 2011? Not that I can really. Oh, we got Bin Laden.
We did.
Yes.
did.
We
Yes.
got Bin Laden.
10 years after his reign of terror, it was a decade-long game of hide and seek, and we fucking got him.
I was thinking back to what you said the one time.
This guy comes up in our conversations more than he probably should.
He does
Oh, for sure.
Bin Laden. But we caught him.
We
Hey,
got him.
he was the hide and seek champ, but we
John Cena let the
you know.
world know.
He did it. It was Extreme Rules.
Nobody knew
Yeah.
until John Cena announced
No,
it.
no,
Dude,
no.
he got the
Who knew?
word from the Pentagon. They were like, "God, we had the name piece," and he was like, "All right." Because you know why they had him? Because he's the Marine from the film The Marine.
Yep.
And then Ted DiBiase was in The Marine too. And then The Miz was from like 3 through 6.
The Marine.
You guys know
Are
the
we running
Marines.
those?
You guys know the Marine
Yeah,
6
the
cast.
Are we running those?
The Marine 6 has The Miz, Shawn Michaels, and Becky Lynch.
We gotta watch it.
That sounds
We
like the
gotta
best
watch
fucking
Oh.
movie I've ever
it.
seen.
We gotta watch it.
I think I saw up to Marine 3.
I've probably
I've
seen
seen the first.
I've never seen any of them.
I've probably seen the
I've seen the first. I didn't
What
even
had
know that
Randy
band
Orton?
anymore.
12 rounds 2.
12 rounds too. I think I've seen.
Okay, here's seemed to be the WWE Studios playbook. Is they would have a real like mid-tier action movie, like a real movie with John Cena that was in theaters, such as The Marine or 12 Rounds, and they would make straight to DVD sequels with the rest of their roster. So Randy Orton was in 12 Rounds 2, and then Marine 2 is Ted DiBiase Jr., and Marine 3, I believe, is the Marine 3: Homefront that has the Miz, and on the poster is an American flag behind him. He's got a big gun. He's kind of like that. And there's Marine 4, 5, 6. They're all the Miz, and I guess like Shawn Michaels and everything.
We got 2011. It was a pretty solid music year.
Mm.
There was Katy Perry's Last Friday Night.
Oh, of
Nice.
course.
We got Adele's Someone Like You.
Mhm.
Huge.
Oh yeah.
And we also got Somebody That I Used to Know.
Oh.
Oh,
But you
Wow.
didn't have to
Those
cut.
are all classics.
still
Even
blasting
more.
it 14 years later.
Those are probably three of the biggest ones.
Who won the Super Bowl in 2011? I'll get.
Let's guess. Yeah,
It
everybody
was.
gets
Do you
guess.
want to know the teams?
It was the Giants.
It was Packers v Steelers.
Oh, what? Was Giants the next year?
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna go Packers.
Packers. Yeah.
Steelers.
It was 31-25 Pack. Aaron Rodgers.
Who was the
Oh,
halftime
Aaron
show?
Rodgers takes
Halftime show was
Black Eyed Peas for sure.
National anthem was Christina Aguilera.
Uh-huh.
Halftime show was Black Eyed Peas, Usher,
Wow,
and
there you go.
hold on, it was a threefer. It was Black Eyed Peas, Usher, and Slash.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Coin toss. Coin toss was Deion Sanders. MVP Aaron Rodgers. Referee Walt Anderson.
Walt.
Packers were favored by 3. There were 103,219 people in attendance. It aired on
Oh,
Fox.
yeah.
Nice. That's back when Super Bowls were good.
Yeah.
Okay, now the real information we all need to know.
Oh, no.
Who won the MTV Best Kisses?
Yes.
That's what it is. Give me the nominees. We haven't done this in a
Nominees
while.
are Elliot Page and Joseph Gordon-Levitt for Inception,
Okay.
Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe,
Yeah,
Harry
that was
Potter
fun.
and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, Kristen Stewart and Taylor Lautner, Twilight, Eclipse,
Oh, so it's for stuff in
Eclipse.
2010.
I just
Natalie
watched that.
Portman and
Did you
Mila
like it?
Kunis in Black
Mila
Swan.
Kunis.
Okay.
I'm going Taylor Lautner.
Yeah, I'm going to Twilight.
Yeah, MTV. It would have been Twilight. Unless they got really brave.
That
and did
is who
Black
won.
Swan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
what
let's
I'm
do it.
gonna
Robert
say,
Pattinson.
I just watched Eclipse 2 days ago.
That's a banger.
What'd you think?
It was Eclipse.
So here were the top 10
I
highest.
don't remember.
I'm looking
New
forward to
Moon's
the
the
next
good
one.
one.
Which one?
New Moon.
Which one's that?
yeah,
The second one?
That's the
two.
third.
Oh, the third one?
No,
No.
Eclipse was 3.
Eclipse
New
was
Moon
3.
two.
New Moon was 2, yeah.
Yeah, that one's tough.
Yeah, New Moon was good.
That's good. Jake.
Eclipse,
shit.
I liked Eclipse though. I like the battle.
It's good.
Good.
It's alright.
So I'm looking at the top 10 highest
No big deal.
top 10 highest grossing films of 2011. Interesting. In the first time in which we've been doing this for all the respective Mission Impossible years, this is the first time where all 10 films are part of a franchise. There's not one original film. So this is where things are on the decline here in Hollywood. But I mean, some of these movies are all right, I guess. Number 10, Thor. Number 9, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows. That's the second one. Number 8, Cars 2.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Number 7, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Should be
I'm
higher.
surprised it's not higher.
Number 6, Fast 5.
Okay.
Okay.
One of the best ones.
Those things make money, man.
Number 5, Pirates of the Caribbean on
Okay.
Stranger Tides. That was 4.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Number 4, The Hangover Part 2. Number 3, The Twilight Saga Breaking
Okay.
Dawn Part 1.
Yeah, those things were
Number 2,
loved.
Transformers Dark of the Moon. That was the third one.
Yep.
That's the last Shia one.
That is.
And number 1, Harry Potter and the
Yeah.
Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Okay.
I would love to do a Parts of the Caribbean run.
That would,
I've never seen any of them.
I could go
Really?
for that.
If you
I don't
can
know if
believe
I've
that.
seen them all. I don't know if I
Yeah,
saw the last
I
one.
think I've seen
definitely
the
saw
first one.
first
I've seen
two.
them all, but I would like to do them like all in order.
Yeah,
so
how many
I
are
can
there?
full story.
So actually, when
Five.
everyone
I
David
think
Jones is in.
there's like 3 that matter.
I've probably
like-
seen those three.
There was Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End.
I
That's
think
in
I've seen the
2000.
first 2.
Then On Stranger Tides, Dead Man's Chest has Davy Jones.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
only ever
and then
seen-
in like 2017, there was Dead Men Tell No Tales, which I don't think anyone knows exists. Javier Bardem was in that. Lisan Al Gaib
Oh yeah, he was
and Tom
the
Segura.
Spanish guy.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Jack Sparrow.
I mean, I guess you can't have those without them, but like,
Well, Disney was. I feel like for like years, I don't think this will ever happen, but there was talks of like reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean with Margot Robbie. You guys ever hear about that?
I have not.
It's one of those projects that's just never gonna happen, but they were always like, yeah, it's gonna happen.
like those just won't be. They're just gonna be okay. I mean, that's just.
Depp's a bit of an interesting figure these days. But yeah, Jack Sparrow is synonymous with him. It's kind of there's been talk for years about like an Ocean's 11 prequel with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling too. I'm just like,
The guys.
I'll believe
The
this when I
guys.
see it. You know? Yeah, it's about like Danny Ocean's parents or some shit.
What are we doing?
Are they doing
I don't
Ocean?
even know about Danny Ocean's.
They're doing Ocean's 14, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
But
like,
Steven
everyone-
Soderbergh's not directing it.
Yeah,
It's
but I'm
David-
pretty
David
sure
Leitch.
people are coming back though.
I think Pitt and Clooney probably because they
Yeah,
said Wolves.
I think Damon might be too.
I'm sure they can get Damon if they can get him off the set of the Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
Dude, have you seen him?
Ripped.
He got
Mm-hmm.
fucking jacked
He's ripped.
for Nolan. This movie released December 16th, 2011. Same day as, or same weekend, I should say. Here were your options. You could go see Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. One of the aforementioned top 10 highest grossing films of 2011, Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows.
Mhm.
Or Alvin and the Chipmunks, Chipwreck.
Ooh,
That was the third one.
Mhm.
And this was right before...
that's cinema.
I was looking at
That's
looking at
next
December. This was like the week before Christmas. So then like later that week you also had The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So you can go see a fucking David Fincher movie for Christmas. That's awesome. And there were 2 Spielberg movies that released. Steven Spielberg directed 2 films that released within like a few days of each
That's
other
crazy.
in time for Christmas. They were The Adventures of Tintin, an animated joint that's kind of like Indiana Jones-esque. And let's see if this one has any fans here. Warhorse,
I don't know what that
No.
is.
You guys war horsed up?
No.
No.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of that.
Never.
I remember when it came
Kinda
out.
sounds
I didn't see it. I think it was in like World War One, maybe two.
We should watch it.
How do you
Is it about a
do
horse?
that? Like,
Let's do Spielberg's whole filmography. That'll give us like 30 weeks of content and a lot of masterpieces. Honestly,
Mhm.
we've done Ready Player One. I don't think we haven't done another one.
No.
I'd love to do Catch Me If You Can. That sounds like a
Good
great
one.
time. And Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close came out on Christmas too. So stack. I think the fact that you could go to the movies that Christmas and have a Mission Impossible movie, a David Fincher movie, and two Spielbergs. I don't know if you ever.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Line up there.
Hank's Cruise.
Thank you. I knew I was forgetting something.
Mm-hmm.
So here I was like, where am I going with this? You caught me slipping. So Hank's Cruise. So normally when we've done this, I've done little chunks
Yeah.
of decades. But starting with Ghost Protocol, the Mission Impossibles are starting to come out in a bit of closer succession. So I figured instead of doing that, I'm going to do all the 2010s for this pod and then just sit them out for Rogue Nation and Fallout. And then when we do Dead Reckoning, do the 2020s thus far.
okay.
So here is Cruise's 2010s. When we last left off, he had done Tropic Thunder and Valkyrie. And, Cruise's 2010s. Here's where we start really leaning into, he's basically just doing these types of movies, but he's very good at them. 2010, Night and Day. Pat, I know you've seen that movie. Has anyone else seen Night and Day?
No.
Never
It's
seen
an
it.
action comedy with Cameron Diaz. It's okay.
It's all
It's
right.
it's a James Mangold movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It can't be that
He's-
bad.
he's
He's
being-
in it.
He's pretty charming, you know. Tim and Cameron
Just like
Diaz.
drama.
No, it's like an action
Action.
comedy.
Oh.
2011, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. 2012, you get Rock of Ages, which was a known flop. I don't know if that's really like a cruise vehicle. That might be the last grasp we have at like a Tropic Thunder like part play in that. But I don't know much about it, but I remember it being a thing. And then 2012 is also Jack Reacher. His important movie in that starts his working relationship with Christopher McQuarrie, who has become kind of his sensei.
Jack
for the
Reacher's
last
pretty good.
13 years.
I haven't seen the second one.
I've never seen it.
Never seen it.
13.
Pretty solid movie.
It's good.
2013, Oblivion. It was a sci-fi with Morgan Freeman, directed by Joseph Kaczynski. 2014, this one's pretty beloved, Edge of Tomorrow.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a really good one.
Good movie.
Emily Blunt. 2015, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Mm-hmm.
2016, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. That was the last Jack Reacher film. Now Jack Reacher is a series on Amazon with John Krasinski, I believe. 2017, this is interesting. Do you guys remember The Mummy?
I do
Yeah,
remember
I
the
Yeah.
Mummy.
Oh yeah.
Did anyone ever see it?
No.
I did
Nope.
see the Mummy.
I never saw it, but I remember it, like they're doing The Mummy with Tom Cruise, and it didn't really. I think Universal was trying to set up like it was dark universe. They was gonna
Mhm.
have like all of, like
Yeah.
the monsters in like a cinematic universe, and then The Mummy didn't do well, and it just fell apart. And then American Made, which this is actually I think the last like straight drama. That was kind of like a dramedy. I think he played like a coke running smuggler pilot or whatever.
That one's good. I like
I've
that
never
one.
seen that one.
Yeah,
I
I've never
really,
seen it.
I remember. I certainly remember it coming out. And I guess Tom Cruise. 2018 Mission Impossible Fallout. Probably my favorite film in his whole career.
Yeah.
Possibly. We'll have to relitigate that. So that's his 2010s. Tom Hanks. Let's see how he's been doing in the last 15 years. Tom Hanks. Probably going like, oh no.
Yeah, probably.
2010, Toy Story 3. He's Woody. He says so long, partner, at the
Mhm.
end, and everyone cried. 2011, Larry Crown, which he also directed. It was a rom-com with, I think, Julia Roberts. Let's see if I'm right on that. Yes, I am correct. It was kind of a flop. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. 2012, Cloud Atlas, which was a sci-fi movie from the Wachowskis, who did The Matrix. It was supposedly, he played a lot of parts in that. Kind of Norbited it up. I heard that was an odd one. 2013, Captain Phillips. Banger.
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 I think
Love Captain Phillips.
David and Pat, you guys
I have not
seen
Never
it?
seen it.
Wow.
I can see you hating it, Patrick.
Pat would not like
Because
it.
you're
I
stuck
can-
on a lifeboat with Tom Hanks for.
I can see you
Oh.
hating it.
No, that
Because of
movie is.
that?
Huh?
Just because Tom Hanks?
Yeah, I got
I can get past
That movie
my
is awesome.
disliking towards Tom Hanks if the movie's great.
That is a
I liked it. I thought
That's
it was
a
really
great
good.
But we're with him a lot, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Mhm,
the
yeah, like,
entire movie.
The entire movie, basically.
and a bunch of pirates.
And a lot of pirates.
Bring
Bunch
pirates
of,
back.
bunch of guys with no, those are modern pirates. They suck.
No,
we
not
need,
modern.
like
Like
we
old,
need
like
Jack
scurvy.
Sparrow's back.
Yeah.
Now it's
the
just
big blades.
yeah. Now it's just like Aqua Terror
And bandanas. Yeah.
Just taking over.
Terror.
Just taking over cargo ships.
Yeah, come on.
Like, come on, that's not cool.
I was thinking like this.
Bring back scurvy.
Like big like wooden
Scurvy.
ships. Like bring
Yeah, with the big like
cannons.
masts.
Yeah,
Big mass,
cannonballs.
bunch of sails.
Swords.
Yo-ho.
Walking skeletons.
Pegs.
And-
Peg legs.
What year
Yeah,
were
peg
pirates a
legs.
thing?
I don't
Like
know if
back-
they were ever real.
I think they've always been around.
Like eye patch pirates with the curved swords. And
Is that a made up
They
thing
had-
or
they
were
had
they
pistols.
actually?
I don't-
It's gotta be real.
No, I don't. Where? Like, how do you get that information?
Someone must have had,
Yeah, how-
context
exactly.
or something like
Yeah, like
What?
what?
More? Like, where? From what?
the ocean.
That's in writings.
I don't know. How do we have
Sacred
anything?
texts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can make up an alien.
It was probably like
That's true.
first-hand
Yeah,
knowledge
you know,
that sailors
like, I don't
had.
know. Like, I really
Yeah,
don't
like, you
know.
gotta be careful.
Like some
Like,
tea
Like
shippers.
Great Britain pirates.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Great
And
Britain
they were like,
muskets.
oh heavens. Oh heavens, I saw a one-eyed man run with a curved sword.
Yeah, like muskets, like the pirate pistols, the bandanas.
He nearly boarded the
Yeah,
starboard
like, I really
side.
don't know. I don't.
like the pants like
Parents.
puffed up
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
knee.
yeah.
Yeah.
A parrot. Yar.
Were they real?
Yes.
You know where we gotta go? We
I'm
gotta go down to
100%
Orlando for the Pirate Dinner Theater and ask.
I'm not saying they're not. I just don't know.
That was based off a true story.
Benjamin Blue?
Oh yeah, and William Black.
And 2013 for Hanks was also Saving Mr. Banks, where he played Walt Disney. Never saw
Never
that.
seen that either. Yeah.
2015 Bridge of Spies. It's a Spielberg Cold War joint. 2016 A Hologram for the King. Sully, recently featured on Nathan Fielder's The Rehearsal. And Inferno, which was the third movie in the Da Vinci Code trilogy. 2017 The Circle, which was like a tech thriller where he was like a tech CEO and Emma Watson was in it. And The Post, which was another Steven Spielberg movie with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks about the New York Post. And then 2019, Toy Story 4 and A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I love Captain Phillips, but that's a clear Cruise dub.
No, yeah,
He
yeah.
cares. It's not
Even
close.
if he's leaning into just like action star, like he's fucking great at it.
Yeah.
So Fallout alone puts him above for that for me.
Yeah.
I wish we had like a leaderboard so we could see who, because we say, did we agree Hanks won the 90s?
Yeah, but I think it's been Cruise.
2000s are tough because I chunked it up.
Yeah.
We had a lot of stuff to talk about before the categories, but Ghost Protocol it seems. But do you guys want to get real into Ghost Protocol talk and get into categories?
Hell yeah.
We talked a lot just about.
I had half of a plus. Not a full plus.
Do go on.
Anyone have a guess on what it is? Unfortunately, there's no nachos in this movie.
Nachos? No.
I don't.
Like that would get a full plus.
I feel like
trying to think
anything
in
gets
that
a plus.
spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's when he said Ghost Protocol, but he didn't like.
No.
he didn't say Mission Impossible.
Ooh,
My half a plus.
that is a half a plus.
That it.
Yeah.
My half plus is just Jeremy Renner.
Why is that not a full plus?
Because I don't think doesn't warrant a full plus, but it gets half a plus.
Because he's all right. but
He's
not,
like he's one of those guys where I appreciate him, but he's not at the front of
yeah,
those
no,
guys.
I'm with
But
you.
like I appreciate him not being Hawkeye.
I'm with you.
I'd maybe give it a 0.8 plus. I like Jeremy.
I just looked up pirates were real. That was historical evidence to prove.
Well, yeah. Sure, we're pirates.
I didn't say they weren't. I
Ish.
just didn't know.
Like if I time travel back in time.
1650 to 1730.
See, how do I know that?
That's an 80-year peak, yo. The seas were dangerous.
The seas, man. Scurvy was.
Dude, vitamin C levels were down.
We can fly across continents, bro. These people were getting stolen.
Blistex
Ford
was at an
so bad.
all-time like profit. Blistex and Carmex, bro, they were like that.
Blistex in 1630.
Sunny D for all that. The vitamins.
Best scene.
Birch beer.
I've got 5 nominees. I have the opening with the prison escape in Moscow. The Ain't
Yep.
That a Kick in the Head
Great
sequence.
opening.
Awesome stuff. You got cruising the camera like
Yep.
You know, doing that. And for
Love
the
it.
people listening in the audio, I was doing his little finger
Mhm.
wave to Benji up in the cams. Yeah, just, you know, there's that shot where he's like at the door and then fucking Big Show comes out basically,
Yeah.
you know, of the cell. It's just like, geez, dude,
Mhm.
Russian gangsters.
Ball gun.
I've got the entire infiltration of the Kremlin with the little screen
Mhm.
that they're
Yeah.
hiding behind.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
fucking with the guy. That's just awesome. I was watching it and I was like, this has been like totally like silent for like 5 minutes and it's engrossing. I love a good well done suspense sequence. It's kind of like the knock list in the first one. You're just like, oh shit, you know, infiltration. I've got the skipping ahead a little bit. I got the car ride with the secretary when we first meet Jeremy Renner. Tom Wilkinson shows up as the secretary of the IMF and just cooks for like 2 minutes and then gets blown to blast. But he's like, I've always considered you a friend. You know, and it's just like president. He says president has initiated a ghost protocol. I really liked it. The Burj Khalifa sequence, which I'm just gonna say now, is absolutely mine. That's just
Masterful.
just a stunner. It's where Tom Cruise decides where he's like, hey, for every Mission Impossible, I'm gonna do something fucking crazy. He was not actually free soloing the Burj Khalifa. He was attached to some cables, but you know what? I appreciate the stunt
I
nonetheless.
still
Tom.
wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't
I
do
wouldn't
that.
do it.
Nah.
Not with cables?
No.
Not.
I've got a pretty bad fear of heights.
I don't
Oh
think
yeah, no,
all
I'm
the
terrified
way
of
up
heights. No, I'm just terrified of heights. That's my problem.
Something that's possibly even more butthole clenching when I'm watching this, aside from like obviously you have your Ethan, you know, climbing up and everything. When he tries to jump back and like Jeremy Renner's like half his body is out.
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
him,
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
I would
tough.
do it if I did it with Tom Cruise.
he did.
I would feel safe.
Like if Tom Cruise was like, "Hey, you know, let me show you how I do this stunt. You can do it with me." I would do it.
How do they do that one part where he like flips around?
where he like runs out.
Gains
Is that,
momentum.
that
Yeah.
was real, right?
I have to imagine.
I mean, they just swung him out. Like, I mean, just
I
had a big
unfortunately
fucking
didn't watch any of the like
crane or something.
How do you
that
stop
just-
your momentum? Like, if you're actually doing that,
Yeah, it just I don't know.
you would just like go around the building.
Wires.
I meant to watch some of the like behind the
Suspension?
scenes stuff. But I forgot.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's and then the other one I've got
It's
is just like the final, you know, chase for the briefcase with they're like in like the fucking Carvana vending machine.
Yeah.
Basically. You know, that's when I was watching that. I was like, there are shades of the Incredibles at the end of the Incredibles when they're all chasing after Syndrome's little remote with the Omnidroid. It reminded me of that, and then Tom Cruise, you know, like everything's moving up and down, you know, you gotta run, and then fucking the Russian guy just like swan dives with the briefcase and just like shit.
There's a little smirk.
Yeah. And then mission.
Why did he do that? Does anyone have a reasonable answer?
Smacks.
Because he's
Why
like,
he just
I think
dove
he was,
off
I
the
think he was
edge?
trying to delay
I like how
him.
he-
because now he's like, now you can't get him at all.
Yeah, now
But why not just throw the briefcase? Why did you have to dive down
'Cause
there
he-
with the briefcase yourself?
He's gonna go out with style.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's so.
But if he throws the briefcase, Cruz is going after the briefcase. He's not. He's gonna leave the dude alone.
Yeah, then he gets to escape.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
didn't-
happy with his life.
Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
not
understand the reason why he
Russian
just
criminal
smacked that car.
smart. Yeah, when he smacked the car.
Because just
couldn't think.
think, if he just ran away, we wouldn't still be talking about him today. That really cemented his legacy as
Mhm.
the GOAT.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He dove off. I'm going with the Burj Khalifa. Does anyone have
Yeah.
anything I missed?
I got
Stress
my
lax.
favorite scene, which you did not mention, was the briefcase code diamond exchange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I went with my favorite. I thought that was
I
like,
kinda-
the most intense.
I kind of had when I wrote down Burj Khalifa, I just wrote down Burj Khalifa. I kind of meant like the entire scene, but what I guess I was really focused on was the
Yeah.
scaling
The
of the
climbing.
building.
No, that's a
The
great
scale.
scene.
But yeah, that's a good with Lea Seydoux.
Fantastic.
When he's got the contact in his eye that reveals.
Mhm.
The only-
Jeremy.
You can kind of break it up into 3 parts, really, like the chase, the exchange, and then him on the side of the building.
Yeah.
Like you can, I guess, like if I
the
was
chase leads into like the sandstorm.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if I was to like to count
Yeah.
that all as one, I'd go with that. But with my favorite part of that, like
I'm still going with
whole scene, I'd probably go the side of the building. Like that was the most suspenseful,
So am I.
especially when the gloves started to foul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be
so
more
awesome.
afraid of the gloves slipping off of me rather than
Yeah, how
just
did
not
he
working.
get? How did the gloves not fall off of his hand?
It
Like,
looked like they were
tight-
heavily strapped around his
really-
arm. Yeah.
Really tightly strapped.
All right, so climbing Burj. climbing,
Yeah.
climbing,
Same thing, yeah.
climbing,
And
diamond
then-
exchange.
That's what
Nice.
I'm
I
going
did
with.
have one. It was the actual like car in the water scene after the second.
Oh, that's
train got
really good,
popped,
yeah.
And he's just like they gotta hold their breath under.
Oh,
it
is
and
that
blast it?
where nobody gets hit with a bullet,
Yeah.
even though they're getting sprayed with
Yeah.
hundreds of bullets. No one
No.
gets shot with a single
Ethan was
bullet.
working a hunch.
But then he put the full. Yeah, he was working a hunch. Something.
I also-
distraction.
Just to piggyback off that, I like when they're chasing after the boxcar. I appreciate a good train chase.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like hobos, you know, they're, like in movies if someone like is like chasing after a boxcar and they like jump on right as it's speeding in, there's like a hobo in there, you know. And I've been a big proponent of bringing back hobos. It's too sad now. It's just like
Yeah.
tweakers and stuff, and it's just like I want a good old fashioned hobo.
Yeah.
I want a guy
I
with
want a garbage can fire pit.
I want a guy.
Yeah.
I want a guy with his big toe sticking out of a boob with a fucking bingo.
With the stick.
Like I don't want to see a guy just in like tweakers.
The fence.
Right.
Just the fence stance.
The fence.
Maybe big
The fence stands. Yeah.
Toronto's.
So how does that even work? Your whole
like
They're
like
locked
your
in.
legs are still working, but your whole body's like
They're locked the fuck in.
that's crazy.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show my appreciation for hobos. You know, bring them back.
Wait, how did we get to hobos?
I was talking about Jeremy Renner and Tom Cruise chasing after the train, and there's like
Okay.
Reminded of a robot.
yeah, it really did. Because like, let's say they got in and it wasn't like the IMF boxcar; it was just like full of hay or whatever. There would totally be like a hobo with like a piece of wheat in his mouth.
Does hobo like stand for something? Or just hobo.
And just
Yeah,
hobo.
it is
Just
just
hobo.
I always thought it was like homeless bum.
Maybe.
Unless that's
That'd be like
making that
hobo.
up.
For letter.
That's just what I thought it stood for.
I mean, I guess it means the same thing. This is pretty
I don't know.
insensitive to all the hobos out there, but we love you and we support you.
What they call them, what, unhoused?
Yeah, if you're still out there fighting the good hobo fight, we love you. Best quote, I guess you got it. For me, I gotta go. The president has declared ghost protocol.
That's what I'm going
Like,
with.
I also like the little exchange on the side of the Burj Khalifa. It was like, your wire's not long enough.
Mhm.
No shit. You know, sassy Ethan. Anyone else got anything?
Or have light the fuse.
That's
Goes
right.
into opening.
So sick. That
And then-
opening is awesome.
This one was just so random from Jeremy Renner. And it's just the way he said it. He's like, "All right, so what's your scenario?"
Yep,
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
it. I don't even have the quote. I just have the way Jeremy Renner pronounces scenario.
What's your scenario?
What's your scenario? You got anything, Billy?
Just Ghost Protocol. And
I got-
Scenario.
I got the nurse when the dude starts lighting a cigarette or tries. He's like, "This is a hospital, not a nightclub." Like,
Have some respect.
Have some
Yeah.
respect.
Come on.
What if there was
Hospital.
both? What if there was a nightclub with like an ER in case people like started blacking out?
Yeah.
Maybe I could be the first one to make that. Sixth man. Normally he wouldn't qualify, but in an easy sweep, I have Luther Stickle
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
coming
Easy.
in at the buzzer.
I do have another one.
Okay.
Julia's new man's at the end of the movie, the big dude.
He doesn't even do anything.
Exactly. That's why he's.
I have
It's
it written
strange.
down.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Phil said I have a Big Chris. The guy Ethan's wife was with.
Yeah.
He called him Big Chris.
No, I think I said Big Curtis.
I wrote that down.
Big trust.
Because I was talking about the baseball player, Big Curtis.
Big trust.
That's great.
Billy, you got a sixth man?
Yeah, my
two
two
bands.
The
And
only
I
other
got
candidate for me was Bogdan, the Russian
Oh,
guy.
that's
good, yeah.
I got the I don't know his name, the white suit Indian guy.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that guy.
I considered him too, but I had to go with my own.
The tray of phones, that guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like showing her the bedroom.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah,
being alone. Luther being the sixth man also leads into my Stone Cold best moment, which is I got this. Yeah, I know. Sick stuff. Loved it. That's my best moment.
My best moment, I'm gonna like the whatever she says in the fuse.
Like the fuse.
Oh, like the fuse,
Whatever
yeah.
they say, yeah.
And it goes right
and
into the opening.
then I like when he's jumping into the window and he smacks it. And then
Yeah,
the smack
smacks his
part.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, half of Jeremy Renner's hanging
Yep.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I have one. It was the very opening scene when he's falling down the building, shooting backwards.
Yep. And then
Yeah, and
backpack
then
The
airbag.
backpack airbag. Yeah.
Mhm.
I had so when Ethan, my bad, is trying to figure out, he's like, how am I going to do this when they're saying how he's got to climb? And Benji he throws the glove and it just sticks to the glass.
Yeah.
And just the look Cruz gives, it's real funny.
It's a great way of explaining what's going to happen. Yeah. That.
I just got a list of stuff. I got just Cruz throwing the stone in the prison, not a rock. That's a stone.
Yeah.
Dude,
That he's
how
throwing.
is he doing that?
I don't know. I just
got
knowing
those
Tom
Scientology
Cruise,
lists.
he's actually doing that.
Yeah. He's like, no, I want to throw the
You
rock.
can't throw a
Don't
rock at
use
a wall
effects.
and it bounce perfectly back like that. You can't.
Right back into your
That's
hand.
crazy.
After 2 walls.
He definitely hired a rock throwing.
Yeah, he studied for 9 months.
Studied for 9 months.
Went into a real Russian prison.
Yeah.
Got the position down.
Yeah, made friends with all the gangsters.
And then I got one. What's his name? Bogdan.
Yeah.
When he just gets like pulled into the other car
Mhm.
after they escape the prison.
Smooth,
I
yeah.
thought that was pretty smooth. I got when Ethan takes off his Russian disguise.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
That
born
was
in the USA
smooth.
shirt.
No.
And then when he zip lines onto the moving car.
Yeah.
That was pretty
with
awesome.
with his belt
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
to avoid jumping in a dumpster.
And then I just got Ethan almost running over the camels. That was that was a
good
close
one.
call.
That was a close one.
You know
How was he not paying attention?
how do you get that close?
Yeah, how do you not see?
And it's just cool that they're just a bunch of camels just walking down the middle of the
Middle of the
street
road.
with some dude like walking them.
Mm-hmm.
People in Dubai are like, oh, the camels are coming back.
Yeah, like I've never seen a camel in my life, but they're just a part of life for them.
And I got when Cruz pulls the gun on Jeremy Renner, and Jeremy Renner like takes the gun from him. They have a little exchange.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And then I think it was towards the end. I don't got written down who said it, but someone's like, "Can I help you, gentlemen?" And it's like, "I don't think so," and he gets shot.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
That,
the
that
secret
car,
star?
Yeah,
like,
that's when they're in India, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, "Can I
just
help
gets
you,
blasted by the
gentlemen?"
Russian.
2
Don't
shots.
think so. Get shot.
No.
Best shot. I've got 2. There's the zoom out of Ethan scaling the Burj Khalifa,
Yep.
which is just awesome
Mhm.
stuff, and I've got him booking it out of there with the sandstorm approaching, which I feel like is like probably the most used like Tom Cruise running moment. Like I feel like that's the one I think of because I feel like it's like popular on Twitter. I've seen it gift, as the kids say. So I'm gonna go with that one.
I like the explosion. Him trying to get away from the explosion
Oh, at the Kremlin.
at the Kremlin. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to go off that, the explosion.
And then
if
the
he gets
force
flung to
yeah,
the side
uh-huh.
from the force.
Kind of like in 3.
Yep.
And then I had just the shots of Dubai with like the sand and the camels. Just like
Yeah.
anytime they would introduce like a new place.
I
or
got
something.
written down the sand dunes of Dubai.
Yeah, and then
Beautiful.
also the with the sandstorm behind him. That's my favorite one. He's
Yeah.
I'm booking it.
It's kind of remember that when Keegan his run.
yeah in the field.
Super straight.
Yeah.
headed
He's
towards
like
y'all.
not moving at all. But yeah, like just the sand consuming the buildings and everything like that,
Mhm.
just behind it. Super awesome.
Do you have a best shot?
I do, yeah. I went with Ethan when he gets in the Mercedes and drives off like the ledge. Just, like, 'cause he's super wide eyed and just white knuckling the wheel.
I felt that scene in my stomach.
Just drove like off a cliff. And then the sand dune ones too. Those were good. I like the one when he was on the building and it spun around him and it showed the sand dune and Ethan turns his
It's
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It is
And
gorgeous.
also,
movie.
just like the whole when Ethan's chasing the dude through the sandstorm. I just like the way that whole scene looks.
Yeah, with the sand. Ed Harris, I've got the secretary of the IMF. Even though he would get blasted after like 2 minutes of screen time, I feel like he could deliver some of those lines effectively.
I was just thinking like have him like one of the random prison one of the cellmates. Just random like you have to spot him out. Like he's just one of those guys
Yeah,
in,
he's
in the chaos.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
In the melee.
Yep.
Where's Ed?
I couldn't think
Yeah,
of
fine.
anybody.
Where's
But
Ed?
I couldn't think of anybody, but the scene when he's in disguise, is that who you said, the secretary of the IMF, the older dude, like the general with the hat on, like when he's in the disguise, the camera hallway scene.
No, the secretary of the IMF is the Tom Wilkinson guy he's in the car with Jeremy Renner when we
Oh.
first meet him.
Then I'm thinking of
The security at the Kremlin?
yeah, security,
Okay.
one of those general guys.
I got Ed Harris is Tom Cruise while he is disguised.
So like Tom Cruise's
Ooh.
disguise.
Tom Cruise's disguise is Ed Harris.
I like it.
Okay.
That's
I
what
like it.
Good one.
That's what I think would be
That'd be sick.
perfect fit.
Phil?
I went Jeremy Renner here. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
I feel like
It'd be interesting.
it'd be very interesting, but
Kind of hanging off the
like,
because I
window.
was struggling to think of one, and then I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, he's really just standing around like a lot.
He's the
until
help.
very
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the help. So I'm like, I think I could do this.
The Help. That's another
Gets into
film
it.
released in 2011.
Into a little hand-to-hand combat. I'm taking that there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably got some hard hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he hits you with the right. Good night.
We did get like a hovering spy moment. In the
Yeah,
movie.
I just thought that'd be super funny if it was Ed Harris like.
Oh,
floating down
right.
this,
Jeremy
like,
Renner in
wind
like
tube.
the.
And we got a self-destruct message.
And we got a face
It didn't
rip.
work for a second.
That's true. He had to
Yeah,
go back.
And then we got a face rip.
Yep.
So we got the
Yep.
hovering spy,
Got all of them.
self-destructing message, and
Face
then
rip.
face rip.
So in my just notes that aren't part of categories, I got who's like so the self-destructive message is just in the phone booth thing. Who's setting that up? Like who is physically going in there, putting that there for him to answer? They all like
Crimping
video
wires.
camera footage of
Some
someone
IMF
like, going in
intern.
there, like a whole bunch of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
going in there.
Like crimping wires and like connecting
Yeah.
things.
We're not worthy to know.
I did have another note for this movie. It was still no codes. The nuclear
Don't do it,
codes.
block.
The nuclear
Situation unacceptable.
codes. Still no codes.
We might have to name. I might have to find an excuse to name a category that don't do a blood award.
Don't do it, Blood War.
I just don't know what that would be for like someone killing it.
Tom
in
Cruise.
A second of screen time.
Tom Cruise releasing his connection
Yes.
to the Burj
Yeah,
Khalifa
don't
and
do a block moment.
slamming at like 30 miles an
Don't do
hour.
it, blood.
Of a fucking
Yeah, or like
Off
if
the ceiling.
someone's about to do something insane, such as
Yeah.
run into the woods to fight off.
If
that-
you could pause it and say, "Don't do it, blood," it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
say
moment.
we create that as a
Don't
as
do
a
it,
new
Hulk.
category.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Don't do it, blood.
Don't do it, blood.
well,
What
if
you
we're
guys
gonna do
have
that,
for
I
this?
guarantee the next 3 movies will feature at least one of
Yeah.
those.
What'd you guys have for your
Many.
best don't do it blart moment? Like that's just
We'll have that for Rogue Nation. We'll have
Best DD.
has that ever been said?
That's
ever
it.
been said?
I don't think it's ever been uttered in the
No.
history of humanity.
No.
Best don't do it blart moment.
Don't do it, blood.
Don't do it blart.
Don't do it, blood.
I won't rest until we get Bobby Cannavale down here to scream that into the mic. Do you think he remembers his days filming Paul Blart?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, he had a lot of fun.
Yeah, he was
Wow.
committed to James
Wow.
Pence.
He meant the
New Jersey SWAT.
He's got like his New Jersey SWAT like out costume,
Like
like
Right above his
Two,
head.
Yeah,
one,
above
I'm in
right above his
charge.
like mannequin in
Yeah.
front of the room.
Rudolph, where are you? Any other like additional
I-
final notes?
I've got some notes and I got a few questions after these notes too. I don't think Ethan Hunt's disguise was good as the like old Russian dude.
at the Kremlin.
It
Yeah.
looked like him.
I don't. It.
Had a big.
I didn't think it as a disguise. I think it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it looked a lot like him. In
Okay.
my opinion.
The Russian music during the Kremlin scene, I thought that was some good music.
Dude, it's so sick.
would fill any Russian's heart with pride.
Felt like the very last music in the last mission of World War campaign.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sick.
And in the Kremlin scene, I thought the Kremlin getting blown up, I thought the CGI was not good.
Okay.
For it getting blown up, I was like, that looks fake.
It was fake.
It was fake,
It
You
was
can't,
fake.
you can't blow up the Kremlin.
but they could have worked a little harder.
For
I
Tom
think.
Cruise, Mission
It's
Impossible.
a lot of
4.
money, man.
Like he saw it, and I could just see him like when he's watching. He's just like he doesn't say anything. He's just like
Good enough. Budget will go somewhere else.
Hit probably to the Burj Khalifa.
he's like
You look at that, and then you look at that. It's like
Yeah.
that's fine. Let that.
I
be.
can forgive a
Yeah,
shot
I
of
can
explosion.
forgive that.
looks around the room for like this like the dude who's editing. He's like
You can't find them.
when they're like previewing the movie, like
Yeah. And the tracker device when he's tracking the briefcase. It just reminded me of the app Did anyone on an old iPod have the like ghost tracker app on their iPod?
When it like talk to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, you turn off all the lights in the house.
Oh, I remember.
It was
You
like,
never had
the circle
Really?
kept going
Yeah,
around. There
yeah,
was just like dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Green dots all over the place. I think that was like the most
Freaky.
popular.
I was
app ever.
convinced.
Me too.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, I
until
thought it
right
was
now.
real.
I've
And then you would like be on it for hours, and then it would finally say something like, I don't know, like something that you're next to, and then you'd be like, oh, it's real.
Oh my god.
I don't know, like a water bottle or something. You have a water bottle in your
It's
hand.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley
last one.
Temple.
It's like oh.
This is Shirley Temple.
Has there ever been a movie where a bad guy successfully gets nuclear codes and like
Not that I can
Has
think
power
of
with
because
them?
that would feature major ramifications.
why don't they make a movie where the bad guy gets the codes and like
Wins?
and wins and like can threaten everyone, be like, hey, I got the nuclear code.
I can't think of a movie, but Vladimir Makarov did it in Modern Warfare 3.
There you go. Oh yeah, you did. do it.
Nice.
There you go.
You did.
Still no codes.
Dude, that nuke scene's crazy.
Dude, what if Vec wanted the nuclear codes next? What if he got all the codes from the mall and he was like, fucking nuclear codes?
Rudolph.
next?
That's some W2.
All right.
Still not cool.
Okay, now some questions.
Still no codes.
This would work better with like a chart for us to discuss and put them, but how like legit like the probability of these gadgets in this movie, like how likely are they to be possible? Some of the
No,
gadgets
actually
in this
not
movie
When they hop in the train and he pulls down that screen, you know what I'm talking about? They hop in the train, he pulls down the screen, he like flips over. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It-
Yeah.
I thought about that. I was like, that's not
That's
ever going to be
crazy.
real. I thought about that.
So the gadgets I got are just not even a gadget, but just hacking into the prison and doing all that.
I mean, maybe back in the day, maybe you can figure some stuff out. But now the security is just probably
Too big.
two max. Yeah, you can't do anything.
Whatever the gadget is that breaks a hole into the ceiling of the prison. I guess the floor of the prison.
Yeah.
But wherever they are, it's the ceiling.
Like,
Yeah, the
yeah,
gadget
the
breaks
floor.
into the hole. Like do we got those things?
Area
Like,
51.
could they exist and like we just don't know?
Area 51.
The contact with the
They
camera in
can't
it
kill all of us.
that Jeremy Renner
Yeah,
has.
that's...
Yeah, no, that's just
That's
no.
all
That's
I'm
not
saying.
gonna. That stuff's not gonna happen.
the whole thing that makes the end of the hall look like you're not buying it.
Yeah, no.
That whole
No.
scene.
Yeah, that stuff will never happen.
Jesus Christ.
The the sticky gloves on the
Big noise upstairs.
gloves that stick him to the side of the building.
Those could be real,
No,
for all I know.
But I can't see them being
No.
like.
Like that's why I wanted like
not to the point where you can.
a
climb
tier
building.
list to see like how probability of that actually existing is.
I
Like
think
is
the
that
gloves
probable?
are the most likely.
And then there's
Yeah.
the magnetic suit that has Jeremy Renner floating.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's not happening.
No, that's real.
If you just build a suit out of the right material, I don't
Yeah,
see why
like
not.
could this stuff could exist and we just don't know about it because we're not doing these missions.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
Possible
yeah, because
anymore.
we're not supposed to know.
Those are
about
the
it.
ones I got from
There's
this
like the
movie.
base.
There-
There's
yeah,
the
like
masks and the
maker
voice
too,
changer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Part of the
that
fun
could
of
be
these
real.
movies is the ridiculous
Yeah,
gadgetry.
it's awesome, and
Crazy
the
time.
gadgets are awesome. But no, I do not think
Crazy.
most of those will or are real. Will
Like
be.
how far away are
I
we
don't-
from these gadgets exist?
We still don't have hoverboards, so
Yeah, I mean that's what we thought we were gonna have by now, and we don't have.
we thought we were gonna have them 10 years ago.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
lied.
They fucking lied.
Do you think it's more just like we don't really want to waste our time with that?
No, I said I don't think it's possible.
I don't think the tech is there.
Yeah,
Like a hoverboard?
yeah. Like, how do you actually make that
Yeah.
fucking work?
How,
Unless you put like a 2-pound something on it, like a newborn baby or something.
Like how
Like how do you make that space hold like 200 pounds?
Yeah, you probably can.
Yeah.
I think it's just a genuine impossibility.
Any more?
I was just thinking, does anyone know how missiles work?
Like in terms of
Like a guided
like
missile?
you
like
press
a
the
guided
button,
missile?
like the missile that's about to like the nuke.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to destroy him.
Yeah.
Before he stops. I was just thinking like, I don't know how missiles work. I know they explode, but you just press a button and the missile just knows where to go.
No, that is crazy. Like
I was
it's
just thinking
tracking. It's tracking. That is crazy, but that's just all like coding and
Like,
That's
how
just-
does the missile know where to go, and how
that's
does it get there?
literally
Yeah.
just text.
And it
being,
went up into
like,
space.
smart.
Yeah, I was thinking,
Yeah,
like,
space
I don't know how
missiles.
missile.
Like how does like Bluetooth work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like that.
Like, is the missile
You
using
can't
Bluetooth?
figure that out. I don't know if we're gonna be able.
Yeah,
to
no,
stop it.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
does
like,
the missile have Bluetooth?
I don't know. That's what
Can
I
you
was
play
asking.
like Fetty Wap on it?
Like, does it have like a motor that's moving it?
Playing mine.
Like,
again.
does it have, like,
Nuke.
I
A
thought it
mini
was,
gas tank with an engine?
I thought it was more just like
some people
pressure.
are so smart, it's insane.
No,
you
like
just-
not how it explodes, how it gets
Yeah,
to
yeah,
where it is.
like,
exploding.
it's
just-
literally
I don't know.
like coding. It's literally just like
Ones and zeros, baby.
I don't know.
literally that's like
and for it to move so
wires.
fast.
Like how is the missile getting from
Yeah,
point A to point B?
Is that-
B,
in
B,
like
B.
a
Is that-
circular
Like, what's
fashion.
rocket science? Is that not like included in that shit? Like I know literally rocket science isn't literally rocket, but you know what I mean?
No, it probably is.
No, yeah.
Because like you probably get if it goes into space, the Earth moves. So like
It's
you're
crazy.
gonna be
It's
if you
insane.
want to shoot at like a fixed point, it's not gonna be the same point. You're gonna be blowing up like some small village of children.
I just will
So
never.
that
You'll
makes
never know.
That's
We'll
that
never
thought
know.
crossed my mind.
You gotta get a missile scientist down here.
You're dumb.
What's next on science?
Final
corner?
question. Final question. I briefed this question with Phil a little bit. Do you think Team Hunt and crew could successfully take down John Wick?
They'd have to have all their gadgets and.
They have
misdirections.
gadgets, but John Wick
No,
is John
also
Wick.
has his.
He has like he could have his help.
I don't know.
his
John,
friend.
John Wick, despite all the mythology, is still just a man.
Yeah, but like
He's resilient.
John Wick will get his ass kicked, but he needs 100 men to do that. Ethan Hunt gets his ass kicked in every movie by the bad guy,
That's
like
true.
in one
Yeah.
scene. Like
That's true.
Like, he always comes out on top, but he
John
gets
Wick's very quick.
Like,
with
what
it.
do you
yeah.
think the IMF team? What's their plan?
like they have prep time.
Like, it's just that your mission. Like, they get the
Just
they get
kill
the
the
mission.
real
Like,
John
your
Wick.
mission is
I don't know.
Destroy John Wick.
kill John
No,
Wick.
I think John Wick's.
I think John Wick is. If they're first of all,
Are they successfully completing the
even
mission?
able to
No.
like locate him?
Can
You still have
No,
to,
and
you still have
really,
to-
like the only real problem on that team is Ethan, and John Wick is kicking Ethan Hunt's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really.
I think even then, if they're in like a shootout together, it's just gonna be a stalemate because Ethan Hunt will barrel roll from cover, fucking John Wick will barrel roll from cover,
Mm-hmm.
and then should Ethan's team start any shenanigans, he'll just evade like he
Yeah.
always does.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't see him win.
Yeah, I'm-
Disappear.
I'm Team Wick
I'm
on
Team
that
Wick
one.
I'm going
too.
Wick.
Killed 12 men.
Are you on Wick?
So,
I don't know, because I think with their gadgets, like the mask and voice changer, they could just pretend to be someone and just go up from behind him.
That's true too.
fair point.
True.
Yeah, but I don't know if John Wick wants anybody, hit that close to him.
Right.
Might get a little sussed out if it's Ethan Hunt or some old lady.
Especially if you have everyone in masks.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be a great fight,
I
but
would
I'm
like to
going
see
Wick.
that.
I'm going Wick.
Like, what's that? Did anyone watch that show on Spike? That
Yes.
was like old time warrior versus something warrior, deadliest warrior.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Did you guys ever watch Deadliest
Yeah.
Warrior?
Yeah.
I would like to see a Deadliest Warrior version of that.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
It was like Deadliest Warrior was. It would just they would simulate battles
Mhm.
between old
Yeah.
figures or even new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sick.
Or it'd be like there would be like a scenario: pirates versus ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pirates.
They would go through all the weapons, and then they would reenact it.
It's awesome, yeah.
It is awesome.
I'm going Wick.
Yeah, I'm going Wick though. I
Wick.
think I have to. But
I think just
it'd be
because-
interesting.
John Wick survived everyone trying to kill him with that big bounty on him. I gotta go John
Yeah.
Wick.
Yeah.
Any final
No, that was a good app.
protocol thoughts?
No?
Besides that,
I-
this movie's pretty good.
It's so good.
It's this.
I gotta say, I love this movie. I think so far in this rewatch, 2 is my favorite
Wow.
right now.
Ghost 2 over GPs.
No,
I
That's
love
a
2.
wild
Ghost
thing.
Protocol is
I'm going
easily the
Ghost
best.
Protocol.
Ghost Protocol's
I think
I love the fun.
I think
but, like,
Ghost Protocol is a better movie.
Yeah.
2 doesn't really get going for me until toward the end. And it's an insane 20 minutes. but-
2's got that like
2's
Fast
funny.
and Furious 1 and 2 vibe.
Two's
Yeah.
funny.
I like 2.
Yeah.
I like all of them, but I
This
think,
one's
I think
got
Ghost
everything.
Protocol takes it.
We're still a little grounded, and that I'm going 2, 4, 1, 3. That's my ranking right now.
All right.
That's a good ranking.
I think
Alright.
Ghost Protocol's easy.
No, yes, it is. It's
Thus
my
far.
favorite.
The best.
They'll top
But-
themselves.
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation next week.
Excited.
The month's going to continue. We're still leading up to Final Reckoning. Our coverage is going to it's going to lag behind a little bit. We will still be releasing these after the Final Reckoning comes out.
Mhm.
We did not get a title drop.
Nope.
Did not end on a free.
Nope.
There was they went in a casino.
What did you guys watch on?
Paramount Plus.
I have the Blu-ray.
Plus,
So, I have the collection, right? So 1, 2, and 3, all the discs have the poster or the picture.
Yeah,
on
they have
them.
art on them.
And then 4 and 5 do not. They just have the Blu-ray cover.
Because you want to know why? Because that era is when Paramount started getting really weird with their discs, and they're all just plain.
Fucking losers.
So you said Paramount Blu-ray.
Paramount.
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 Oh,
Oh.
I was waiting for Goku, but
No.
you have Paramount. So
What was the one website you said out of nowhere?
Flix Baba.
Flix
Flix
Baba.
Baba.
All
Wait.
right.
All right, we'll see you next week for
Bye-bye.
Rogue Nation.
See ya.
See ya.
What are our thoughts with Chewie with a gun?
What's going on with him?
Well, I think he's a prisoner, so he's pretending to be